Okay, so boom! The fight kicks off with Itachi standing face to face with Naruto, Kakashi, and Lady Chiyo. Naruto immediately starts pressing him about,
"Hey, you forgot Sakura!"
Don't nobody care about her. The scene kicks off with Naruto, Kakashi, Lady Chiyo, and Sakura standing face to face with the one and only Itachi. Naruto's still mad at how the Akatsuki did Gaara, so he immediately starts to press him. But Itachi's never been one to do much talking, so he just stares at him for a little, then raises his hand. This subtle movement alone had Kakashi shook. Look at that man's face, he knows to be on high alert when dealing with this menace, especially after the torture Itachi put him through last time. Kakashi quickly fills them in on how Itachi's genjutsu works, stating that they must avoid eye contact to prevent the jutsu from taking effect. He also lets them know that the only way to fight him is by watching his feet and anticipating his moves, and that right there should have been the first red flag. What do you mean I have to watch his feet? If that right there is the best strategy you got, do not even waste your time. Just go home. Lady Chiyo's very skeptical of this strategy, so she challenges him by saying there's multiple of them, which means as long as someone catches him off guard from the rear, they'll be fine. But Kakashi shuts that junk down immediately. Listen, you old bitch. That might have worked back in your day when the dinosaurs still roamed the earth, but that strategy will not work today. This uchiha is built different. Kakashi then starts to go more in depth on how the mangekyou sharingan works, and during his whole explanation, you can hear the PTSD in his voice. If he hits you with that jutsu, it'll be the longest second you ever lived. Time itself gets warped. I wandered around in it for 3 days and lost consciousness for more than a week. Yeah, this nigga is traumatized. He needs therapy ASAP, no Rocky. Now, I know Itachi was feeling like the man after hearing how cautious his genjutsu got Kakashi acting right now. But Kakashi quickly body slams his ego back down to earth by saying, yeah, your genjutsu's nice, but don't get it twisted. I know that mangekyou sharingan is slowly messing up your sight. Got your ass. Go ahead, keep using it. Keep using it and see if you and Stevie Wonder don't have the same eyes by next year. Itachi's stunned that Kakashi knows this much from their brief encounter, but of course, he's still not backing down. So Kakashi decides to make the first move. He runs in and throws a punch at Itachi's chest, but Itachi catches it with zero difficulty. Before Kakashi could even plan his next move, the real Itachi guns straight to Naruto. But Naruto's been ready for action. That man is already running towards him with his Rasengan fully formed. So he puts that hot Rasengan right in Itachi's chest. Now you think that because they gave us 3 different angles of this hit, that the attack would have did some damage, but to Naruto's surprise, he really hit a shadow clone. But not only did he get bamboozled, as the smoke from the shadow clone fades, Naruto looks around and sees all 3 of his comrades laid out on the ground. He notices that Sakura and Lady Chiyo are still conscious, so he rushes in to help them stand, but all of a sudden, as Sakura struggles to her feet, we see her transform into Itachi. And as Kakashi and Lady Chiyo get up, they turn into Itachi as well. See, this is yet another reason why I'd never want to fight this man. I'd just be confused the whole time. Shit, I'm confused right now. I wouldn't know what to believe. He'd have me thinking everything's good. Whole time I've been in a genjutsu since birth. My whole life has been a lie. Now Naruto's standing solo dolo surrounded by 3 Itachis. He slowly reaches into his pouch to grab 2 kunais, then he throws 2 in the opposite direction, stabbing 2 Itachis. Then he reaches for another one and throws it at the Itachi standing in front of him. But before the kunai could even stab Itachi, I knew Naruto was cooked. You really think the real Itachi is gonna watch you stab 2 of his clones, then stand there and watch you throw 1 at him? No! You're in a genjutsu. Wake up. He really needs to calm down and think for a second, cause for all he knows, he could have just stabbed Kakashi. The kunai finally pierces Itachi and he goes flying back. But all of a sudden, this man decides to defy gravity and float in this position. After making Naruto feel stupid for a couple more seconds, Itachi's body disperses into a bunch of crows and they all start circling Naruto. Now Itachi's hovering over Naruto, ready to finish him off. But Naruto's got one more trick up his sleeve. Now that he knows he's for sure under a genjutsu, he decides to use the technique that Jiraiya taught him to get out of any genjutsu. He then slaps his hands together and starts screaming at the top of his lungs. Itachi's still hovering over him, looking down at him with the straightest face possible. This nigga's not worried at all. This is the face of someone who knows they're nice. This that Derrick Rose buzzer beater face. That man knows Naruto doesn't stand a chance. Itachi then says, without a doubt he's matured, but he's still not strong enough. Then he turns a bunch of his crows into shurikens and sends them right at Naruto. All the shurikens ends up piercing and slicing Naruto, even got this man leaking a little bit. But my man Naruto didn't move an inch. You see, that's how you represent the leaf. That's a ninja right there. What do you mean he's not mentally strong enough? That nigga has been on his own, paying bills since he could walk. My boy's just got rejected by Sakura over and 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 over again. And he still steps like he's that boy. He is cut from a different cloth. And the fact that he didn't flinch is crazy, cause as soon as I see one singular crow turn into a shuriken, I would have copped the police so fast. Just when I thought Naruto would be able to break out of Itachi's genjutsu, we hear Sasuke call out Naruto's name. His skin then begins to flake and he continues to hear Sasuke call out for him until all of a sudden, we see Sasuke take over half of Naruto's face. What? Gripping his neck tight as hell. The funny thing about this is that to everybody else who's watching, it just looks like he's choking out himself. That's that real schizo behavior. As Naruto struggles to loosen Sasuke's grip, we see this man's belly start to swell up like he's pregnant. But he's got the beer gut on full display. And it keeps growing and growing. Is this nigga about to give birth? Whatever's in his stomach gets too big and eventually busts out the zipper. And that is when we see Sakura's big useless head emerge from his midsection. She talking about some, why didn't you bring back Sasuke to me? First of all, she's right here. Say hi to the left side of my face. And second of all, what are you doing down there? I'm sure Naruto has fantasized about having her head in that general vicinity, but not like this. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Kishimoto needs to be drug tested. You cannot tell me this is not what an acid trip looks like. Kakashi then pops out his shoulder talking some junk as well, but at this point, I can't be more in shock than I already am. I'm already expecting the unexpected. Like, what the f*** is Orochimaru about to slither out this man's butt cheeks now? I don't know. Gaara's eyes then pop up on his hand and now they're all harassing him, making him feel like garbage. They even got my boy crying a little bit, but Naruto's still trying to stay strong, talking about some, it's just a genjutsu. But at this point, this is beyond that. Nigga, this is a ritual. This is a demonic possession. I don't know what it is, but it's gotta have its own name. Naruto's all out of strength and that right hand is squeezing the air out of his trachea. But right as he's about to black out, Lady Chiyo and Sakura break him out of the genjutsu's hold. Yes, sir. You see? Look, right on cue. That's what I'm talking about. Look at Sakura being useful. Hey, hold on. Sakura being useful? Naruto, no, you're still in the genjutsu. Wake up! Naruto's a little shaken up and confused, so we ask them where the other shadow clones went. And that is when they tell him that there were never any shadow clones to begin with. They just seen that man throwing kunais and rasengans at nothing. This nigga was in a genjutsu while in a genjutsu. Oh, not this man is dangerous. Retreat immediately. Mind you, Itachi did all that while staying in the exact same spot the whole time. Nah, to all my Itachi glazers, I can't even blame y'all. This man is clean. Naruto's still a bit hazy from the genjutsu, so Sakura lightly slaps him to snap him out of it. Now, I'm sorry, but after the junk I just seen, I would have had to hit her with the meanest stiff arm. Stay away, genjutsu or not, I don't trust you. Kakashi's ready to end this fight, so he dashes in to get the first hit, but Itachi counters by hitting him with his Phoenix Flower Jutsu, which spat out a whole bunch of fireballs in his direction. But Kakashi two-steps around them all. Itachi then fires off a huge fireball jutsu, but they all manage to jump out the way in time. Kakashi then busts out his infamous Chidori special and charges straight at Itachi, but he dodges it. Before Itachi could even counter, Naruto boots up a Rasengan and comes crashing down from above. The debris from the attack clouds the area, so no one knows if Naruto's attack was successful. Lady Chiyo's over here hiding behind a tree talking about some, what happened? Did he do it? Go and check for yourself with your old ass. Matter of fact, you should have went first. You look a good couple years past your expiration date. So if you die, it's not that serious. You've lived a good life. Well, good is subjective. You put a demon in a baby. I don't know. You gotta take that one up with God. The debris slowly clears and we eventually see Itachi standing there untouched. Now, at first I assumed they didn't touch him at all. But then we see Naruto on all fours hiding in the forest, panting like a dog, which means he got that move off. It turns out he did in fact hit him, but it was a shadow clone yet again. At this point, y'all, just give up. You cannot touch this man. Right as everyone begins to lose hope, a bunch of mist begins to appear and Kakashi emerges from the forest. And now they're standing face to face. Kakashi decides to attack first by throwing 3 kunais at him, but Itachi weaves all 3 while simultaneously weaving the hand sides to perform a fireball jutsu. He sends the fireball at Kakashi, which then also causes a huge explosion dispersing the mist. Eventually the debris clears, but Kakashi is nowhere to be found. Before Itachi could even deduce where he's at, Kakashi pops up out the ground ready to hit Itachi with a delicious knuckle sandwich. But I'm sorry to tell you that this is not Neji, and that junk did not work. Itachi dodges the punch, grabs Kakashi's arm, then throws a swift right hook, but Kakashi barely weaves it. Itachi then grabs the back of Kakashi's neck and pulls him in close, and now they're just standing there face to face. eye to eye, sharingan to sharingan. They stand there for a hot minute, but then the scene changes and we see Kakashi in a black and white world, except now he's 2D. As soon as I seen this little black and white dimension pop up, I knew Itachi done got his ass again. Kakashi's finished. Itachi's about to put him through hell again, but that is when we see Kakashi grab Itachi's shirt. What the? How? Is this the first ninja to ever break free from Itachi's genjutsu? No, he was not. Kakashi didn't need to break out of this genjutsu because he was never in it in the first place. It turns out, when Kakashi used his Earth-style jutsu, he swapped himself out with the shadow clone. The real Kakashi's been hiding in this hole the whole time. Kakashi's ready to wrap up this fight for good, so he gives Naruto the go-ahead to attack Itachi and his shadow clone. Naruto then proceeds to ferociously charge at Itachi and hits him with that giant Rasengan. That Rasengan was so violent it creates a giant explosion, taking out Itachi for good. Now, normally I would be jumping for joy, but my celebration was quickly put on pause after seeing Naruto's facial expression. Does that look like the face of someone who just clapped their opponent? Absolutely not. Something is awry. All four of them are now standing over what I originally presumed to be Itachi. But once we get a good look at the body, we see a random nigga with a side bang and a goatee knocked out in an Akatsuki robe. Who the fuck is this nigga? Had me looking over Akatsuki pictures. Never seen this man a day in my life. They asked Lady Chiyo if she knows this man because of course her ancient ass probably knows everybody. Shit, she probably knew Zeus. And that is when she reveals that he is indeed a man from her village. Oh my days. You cannot beat this man. They done broke out or evaded his jutsus 4 times. What more do you want from me? But you know what? Hey, at least they didn't die. Other than the fact that they packed up the wrong guy, this was indeed a W fight. Kakashi and Naruto were really moving like Kairi and Braun, the way they were working together so flawlessly. Itachi showed us why he's a top 3 Sharingan user, and Lady Chiyo and Sakura showed us that.
I don't really wanna know. Shorty telling me her name. I don't really wanna know. Had to wake up, go to work. I ain't really wanna go. God be with me on my side. He be with me on the low.